In Oduku village in Benue State lived a boy named Tavershima, a 16-year-old secondary school student known for two things: his sharp mind and his stubbornness. His widowed mother, Mama Tave, sold tomatoes at the village market, working tirelessly to pay his school fees. Tavershima dreamt of leaving the village one day and moving to Abuja, where he believed real life began. But he also had another problem. He was always in a hurry to get rich. When other boys were satisfied with farming and helping their parents, he would say, "I cannot suffer like this forever. One day I will blow." One afternoon, as he returned from school, he saw some older boys sitting under a mango tree, counting money. They were not farmers. They were not traders. They were always wearing fine clothes, using expensive phones, and walking like kings. Rumor had it that they did runs in town. Nothing too violent, but illegal enough to make quick cash. Tavershima admired them. In his heart, he said, "If these boys can make money so fast, why can't I?" That evening, over a simple dinner of gari and okra soup, Mama Tev reminded him, "My son, shortcuts always end in long tears. Just be patient." But Tavershima barely listened. His mind was already elsewhere. The next day, he was stopped by one of the boys under the mango tree. "Tave, you are a sharp guy. If you follow us, you go hammer." That night, Tavershima couldn't sleep. On one hand, he wanted to help his mother. On the other hand, the temptation of fast money was pulling him like a magnet. He did not know that his decision in the coming days would shape his future forever. For days, the offer from the boys, known in the village as the Mango Tree Clique, stayed in Tavershima's mind. He watched them move around freely, spending money as if it grew on trees. They bought drinks for older men in beer parlors, and everyone respected them. One particular member, Oduen, became friendly with Tavershima. He would deliberately sit with him after school, buy him soft drinks, and show him videos of his trips to Makurdi town. "Guy, you too fine to dey suffer. Just join us small, not be permanent, just small runs to gather money." The influence was getting stronger. Tavershima started imagining himself wearing designer shirts and holding the latest techno phone. He pictured his mother smiling as he gave her wads of cash. Meanwhile, the village elders noticed Tavershima's new association and warned Mama Tev. "That group under the mango tree has no good intention." An elder said, "If you love your son, advise him well." That evening, Mama Tev confronted him. "Tave, I will not bury my only child. Whatever you are planning, stop it." Tavershima got angry. "Why don't you want me to succeed? You enjoy suffering, Abi?" He shouted. The words cut his mother deeply, but she said nothing. Later that night, his uncle, who worked as a security guard in Abuja, called. He told Tavershima about life in the city, how people struggled, how crime destroyed futures, and how many young men ended up in prison because of greed. "Success is slow but sure," his uncle said. But Tavershima was still undecided. The next weekend, Oduen invited him to town just to look around. That single trip would reveal the true nature of the clique, and Tavershima would see something that changed everything. On Saturday morning, Oduen arrived with a motorcycle to pick Tavershima. "Make we go enjoy town," he said, smiling broadly. The journey to Makurdi was exciting at first. Tavershima had not left the village many times. They visited a roadside eatery, ate jollof rice, and laughed like brothers. But as the day progressed, strange things started happening. First, Oduen met a man behind a small shop. He handed the man a nylon bag and collected a bigger one in return. The man kept looking around suspiciously. "Tav, go wait for me here," Oduen whispered. A few minutes later, two plainclothes police officers appeared. They questioned people around, including the shop owner. Something didn't feel right. Later, they went to an unpainted building where loud music was playing. Inside, Tavershima witnessed young men counting bundles of money while smoking. Some girls sat around, looking tired and uninterested. This is how we roll, Oduen said proudly. But Tavershima suddenly felt fear. Something inside warned him. This road no pure. At one corner, he overheard two boys arguing. Police almost catch us yesterday, oh. Guy, we need a lay low small. Another replied, forget that thing, money must be made. Then he noticed two young boys not more than 14 being forced to run errands. They looked stressed and afraid. That was the moment Tavershima's eyes opened. He realized the clique wasn't just doing small runs. They were involved in dangerous activities, fraud, illegal deals, and possibly even robbery. His heart beat fast. On their way back to the village, Tavershima was silent. Oduen noticed. Why you quiet? You don't enjoy the outing? But Tavershima only nodded. That night, he couldn't sleep. The image of the frightened boys and the suspicious police presence haunted him. He finally understood his mother's fears, but he didn't know how to pull away from the clique without consequences. The next week, Oduen came again, but this time, his tone was different. Tav, we get small work tonight. You go follow us. Tavershima froze. Work? What kind of work? Nothing serious, oh. Just small pickup. We trust you now. But Tavershima didn't want to be part of anything. I can't go, he replied. Oduen's friendly face hardened instantly. You think we are playing? You don't chop our money, ride our bike, enjoy our food. Now you won't run? Fear gripped Tavershima. So this is trap? They will pick you at 9 p.m. Oduen walked away. That evening, Tavershima told his mother everything. Mama Tav did shout. She simply held his hands and said, my son, you must not go. I will protect you. But how? The clique was known in the village. People feared them. At 8 p.m., two boys arrived at their house, knocking loudly. Tell Tav to come out. Mama Tav stood at the door. He is not going anywhere. The boys tried to push, threaten, shouting, but she didn't move. Neighbors gathered, and soon the elders approached with lanterns. What is happening here? An elder asked. The boys panicked and ran into the darkness. Word spread quickly. The clique felt embarrassed and angry. Oduen sent a message to Tavershima the next morning. You don't disgrace us, so watch your back. Fear consumed Tavershima, and he considered running away from the village. But his mother insisted, running solves nothing. We will report this. They went to the local vigilante group. The commander listened and nodded. You did well to speak. Silence is what gives criminals power. Tavershima realized the cost of his curiosity. News of the confrontation spread across Oduku village. The elders called an emergency meeting under the big Iroko tree. Crime had been rising recently, missing goats, stolen phones, vandalized farms, and now the mango tree clique was dragging young boys into trouble. The elders agreed to work with the vigilantes and the police in Makurdi to clamp down on the group. Meanwhile, Odon and his boys were furious. They began to threaten anyone they suspected of snitching. They stopped Tavershima on his way from school and shoved him. You think this village will protect you forever? Odun hissed. For the first time, Tavershima stood up to him. I'm not afraid of you again. Leave me alone. His voice shook, but he meant it. That night, the vigilantes carried out a raid at the mango tree spot. They found stolen items, suspicious packages, phones, and money. Several members of the clique were arrested. Some ran into the bushes. Odun escaped, but things had changed. The village elders thanked Tavershima and his mother for speaking out. They said, you saved many children from falling into darkness. But Tavershima didn't feel like a hero. He felt guilty for ever admiring the clique in the first place. School became normal again, but he kept his head down. He attended classes, helped his mother at the market, and stayed far away from trouble. Yet, one question remained. Where was Odun? Everyone feared he might return. A few weeks later, something unexpected happened. The police captured Odun in Makurdi during a crackdown on criminal gangs. He was caught with stolen phones and fake credit alerts. When news reached the village, Tavershima felt relief, but also sadness. Odun was only 19. His life had taken a dangerous turn too early. The village held a general meeting where the police addressed the youths. "This is what crime leads to," the officer said, pointing at the handcuffed boys. "Prison, shame, and wasted future." After the meeting, the officer spoke privately to Tavershima. "Young man, you escaped a very bad path. Make good use of this second chance." Those words echoed in his mind. That weekend, his uncle from Abuja visited the village. He had come for a burial but took time to speak with Tavershima. He observed Tave's interest in phones and small electronics and said, "If you truly want to succeed, come to Abuja after SS3. Learn phone repair. People make honest money there." The idea excited Tavershima. He realized he didn't need fast money, he just needed the skill and discipline. He began helping the computer teacher in school, learning how phones worked, how software updates ran, and how to fix simple issues. His teachers were impressed and encouraged him. Meanwhile, Mama Tave also noticed changes in her son. He was calmer, more respectful, and more focused. She prayed silently, "God, thank you for bringing my child back." With exams approaching, Tavershima put all his energy into reading. He started avoiding bad company, staying indoors after school, and spending weekends helping his mother at the markets. His new behavior made him gain back the respect of teachers, neighbors, and elders. Some even used him as an example when advising other youths. After months of preparation, he wrote his final SS3 exams. The results came out, and he passed all his subjects. Mama Tave danced with joy. But the biggest moment came when his uncle called. "Tave, pack your things. You are moving to Abuja next week." The village celebrated his departure, praying for a bright future. Even the same motorcycle boys who once threatened him now avoided him, ashamed of their ways. Abuja was different. Busy roads, loud traffic, tall buildings, and endless opportunities. His uncle enrolled him in a phone repair workshop in Wuse. For the first time, Tavershima felt in control of his future. Every day he learned something new. Changing screens, fixing charging ports, unlocking phones, replacing speakers, troubleshooting software. The work was tough, but he enjoyed it. He also saw many young men who were struggling to survive. Some were honest, some were looking for shortcuts. He understood the difference now. He promised himself never to fall again for easy money. One day, while working at the repair shop, a man rushed in with a bag full of phones. "I need you people to flash all these phones quickly," he said nervously. The shop owner examined them. Some phones still had SIM cards inside. Others had cracked screens but were surprisingly new. Everything about the man felt suspicious. The owner whispered to Tavershima, "These phones look stolen." The man noticed their hesitation. "I will pay double. Just do the job." The other apprentices were tempted. Money was tight and the offer was huge. Some of them started whispering, "Omo, flash am jare, who dey check?" But Tavershima remembered everything he had gone through in Oduku village. He stepped forward and said, "Sir, we cannot repair or flash these phones without receipts or proof of ownership." The man became angry. "Are you mad? Do you know who I am? I will deal with all of you." People outside began to watch, and the shop owner calmly picked up his phone and called the police. "Officer, please come. Someone brought suspicious devices." The man panicked and ran, leaving the bag behind. Later, the police confirmed the phones were stolen from a shop in Nanya. The shop owner looked at Tavershima with pride. "My boy, thank you. You saved this shop." The apprentices praised him. Some even said, "If na me, I for fall for that temptation oh." Tavershima smiled. He knew this was the real test and he had passed.
Weeks later, something special happened. The owner of the stolen phones came to the shop to thank them. After speaking with the police, he learned how the shop refused to work on the devices. He was impressed by Tavershima's courage. "Young man, Abuja needs more people like you," he said. He owned a small electronics store in Jabi and offered Tavershima a part-time job after his apprenticeship hours. The salary was small but steady. Soon, Tave was earning honest money, enough to send something home to his mother every month. Mama Tave cried tears of joy when she saw her son's first transfer. "Tavershima, you are now a man," she said over the phone. As months passed, his skills improved. He became one of the best apprentices in the shop, reliable, diligent, respectful. Customers began asking for him specifically. One Friday afternoon, the shop owner said, "When you finish your training, I will help you get your own small workstation. Your future is bright." Tavershima felt fulfilled. He had escaped a dangerous path, rebuilt his life, and now had real opportunities. 2 years after leaving Oduku village, Tavershima returned home for Christmas. But this time, he did not come as the boy who idolized criminals. He came as a skilled phone technician with a clear future. The villagers welcomed him warmly. The elders called him forward during the end-of-year gathering. "Tavershima," the chief said, "your story has taught every youth here a lesson. A good name is better than stolen riches." Younger boys gathered round him, asking questions about Abuja, work, and life. He told them the truth. City life is not easy. But if you are patient and honest, you will succeed. Don't let greed push you into trouble. Even parents brought their sons to meet him, saying, "Talk to them, help them learn from your story." Tavershima shared everything: how he almost joined the mango tree clique, how he nearly ruined his future, and how he found redemption through honesty and hard work. His mother proudly watched as her son became a voice of wisdom in the community. She whispered to a neighbor, "Sometimes children don't listen at first, but God still guides them." Before returning to Abuja, the village youth leader invited him to start a mentorship group for young boys during holidays. Tavershima agreed. He realized this was his way of giving back, his purpose. As he boarded the bus back to Abuja, he smiled. He wasn't rich yet, he didn't own a shop yet, but he had peace, direction, and self-respect. And that was far more valuable than any shortcut money. The path to success is slow, but it is safe. Choose honesty. Choose patience. Choose discipline. Your future depends on it.